Lillian Hayes was the kind of girl people talked about with admiration. At just 17, she had a mind sharper than a razor and a future brighter than the morning sun. She was the town's pride, winning science competitions, tutoring underprivileged kids, and already receiving letters from Ivy League universities. But on the night of September 14th, she vanished without a trace. Her parents, distraught and desperate, reported her missing the next morning when they found her bed untouched. The police initiated a full-scale search, treating it as a standard kidnapping case. Her laptop was open on her desk, the screen still glowing with half-written notes for a research project on artificial intelligence. Her car keys were on the nightstand, her phone charging beside them. There were no signs of forced entry, no ransom notes, nothing. It was as if she had evaporated into thin air. The town buzzed with speculation. Had she run away? Was she taken? Investigators dug through security footage from the neighborhood, but all they found was a shadowy figure near her house at 2:37 a.m., tall, hooded, and unidentifiable. Days passed, and then weeks. Hope began to dwindle, until a shocking discovery turned the case on its head. A janitor at Lillian's high school stumbled upon a small, spiral-bound notebook wedged between lockers. It belonged to Lillian. Inside, she had documented strange occurrences, cars idling outside her home at odd hours, cryptic emails she received from an anonymous sender, and a growing paranoia that someone was watching her. The final entry was the most chilling. If something happens to me, it won't be random. They know I know. The investigators, now convinced this wasn't a simple kidnapping, turned their attention to her research. Lillian had been working on an AI algorithm that could detect patterns of corruption in financial records. With the help of her mentor, Dr. Samuel Wexler, she had uncovered inconsistencies in a local government contract. Millions of dollars funneled into a shell company. As they traced the transactions, they found a link between the missing funds and a powerful real estate developer, Marcus Holloway. Holloway was known for his ruthless business tactics, but no one had ever dared challenge him. Could Lillian's research have made her a target? Then came the first real break in the case. Forensics examined Lillian's laptop more closely and discovered deleted messages, threats disguised as anonymous warnings. One stood out. Curiosity is dangerous. Stop digging or you'll disappear. The case took a shocking turn when investigators interviewed Dr. Wexler. Initially cooperative, he became visibly anxious when pressed about Lillian's research. Phone records revealed late-night calls between Wexler and Holloway's legal team the days before her disappearance. Had her meant to betray her? Pressure mounted, and Wexler finally cracked. He admitted that Holloway had caught wind of Lillian's findings and that he had been warned to keep her quiet. He had tried to dissuade her, but when she refused to stop, he became complicit in the plan to make her disappear. With Wexler's confession, a warrant was issued for Marcus Holloway, but by the time authorities reached his estate, he was gone, his mansion empty, his accounts drained. Lillian was still missing, and with Holloway on the run, hope of finding her alive seemed dim. Then a miracle. 2 months after she vanished, a trucker passing through a desolate stretch of highway spotted a disoriented girl walking barefoot along the roadside. It was Lillian. She had been held in a remote cabin, her captors periodically moving her to avoid detection. It was Wexler who had ultimately led them to her, his conscience breaking under the weight of his guilt. Lillian was shaken but alive. The town that once knew her as a prodigy now knew her as something even more extraordinary, a survivor. And though Holloway remained at large, the web of corruption she had uncovered unraveled, leading to multiple arrests and investigations that shook the foundations of the town's elite. As Lillian recovered, she made a vow she would continue seeking the truth, no matter how dangerous it was. Because if her disappearance had taught her anything, it was that silence was never an option.